Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And guess what, Netflix showrunner? People aren't watching your show. Most likely, people are not watching your show. That means that it's very easy to cancel your show. It's very easy to cancel your deal, and that happened during the strikes for some people. And yeah, the proof is in the pudding, right? The numbers are starting to come out, and it looks like most of the stuff on Netflix, which a lot of us suspected for a long time, most of us suspected it was not getting watched. It's not getting any watch time. Like, who is this show for? Especially a lot of these animated shows were like, who is this for? Who is this? Then they're shocked when it gets canceled. So we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about what is the most stolen streaming shows right now, and Netflix I don't think has any.
Isn't even in the top 10.
They're not even
but
good enough to
Disney
steal.
Has 4.
We'll steal Disney, but Netflix isn't even good enough to steal. We'll talk about Rebel Moon, how it's not doing well, and they dumped like $200 million into this Zack Snyder movie, and things aren't going to get better. They're talking about how in 2024 all these streaming services are going to cut back, and the reason they're cutting back is nobody's watching their stuff. Makes it very easy when you look at the numbers and you're like, yeah, nobody is watching this show, and we spent how many hundreds of millions of dollars?
But they're going to increase the ads.
And they're going to increase the ads, yeah. So, which you're seeing right now on Hulu, it's insane.
Oh my god, I was watching the one Blind Frog Ranch show, and they had like 6-day commercials. Went back to the show for like 30 seconds and went back to 6 more commercials. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And this is after several breaks with a lot of commercials throughout the show. And we pay for the no ad version.
The ad, it's supposed to be the ad-free version. It's
my
not,
ass.
It's your ass is not ad-free. You got ads all over it.
That's right.
Levi's, Calvin
Rent
Klein.
the space.
Oh no.
It's wide enough.
No. How much? No, but like, yeah, we pay for the ad-free version. The fine print on Hulu is it's ad-free on certain legacy content, not the new stuff, not the new shows. You still have to sit through the ads. And live TV, you have to sit through the ads too. And there are a lot of them. So we're going to talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Go out to shopclownfish.com if you have not done so already. Pick up a copy of Crimson Wren and previously on Clownfish TV, one or both. These books are both in stock. Geeky has been shipping them out furiously.
You make it sound like I'm just like, rah.
I'm so angry. I've got more boxes to pack.
No,
but thank you for your support.
I am packing them all and shipping them.
You got 17 days yet if you want to pick up another copy of these, or you want to have a chance to pick up your first copy of these. There you go. So let's see. Let's talk about the engagement first with Netflix, and then we'll talk about what's being stolen, because people are just stealing stuff now.
Now, I want to say with Netflix, the reason they might not be in the top 10 is because a lot of people are subscribed to Netflix, because that's the one most people use for streaming. It was like the one that was the first one.
Yeah.
So I think maybe part of it might be the fact that there's a lot of crap on there, but there are good shows that do pop up. You think that would be pirated, but I think most people have a subscription to Netflix. I think people are tired of paying for 101 streaming services. So Disney Plus, I don't want to pay for it, but I'll go pirate it. Plus everybody's pissed at Disney.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think what's going to happen is that everybody's going to pare down to like one or two streaming services.
Pirate the rest.
They'll pirate the rest.
We don't think pirating is okay, but they're going to do it anyway.
They're going to do it anyway, right? Because the stuff's getting expensive. You add up all the streaming services now to watch everything, and there's too much for any one person.
It's more than cable was.
It's more than cable was.
Ridiculous. It's more like Dish and stuff. It was more than that, and that was ridiculous.
And there are more ads now than there ever have been
yes.
before. So this comes from Business Insider. This is this is going to dovetail with what we're going to talk about today, because this is like a week or so ago that the numbers came out, and they said that Netflix report confirms it has thousands of movies and shows most users don't even watch.
And get rid of it.
Get rid of it. Thousands of titles fall in the platform's least viewed category with about 100,000 hours watched. Viewers watched 100 billion hours of Netflix between January and June of 2023. They said the streaming giant announced its plans to publish the What We Watch in Netflix engagement report data on over 18,000 titles twice a year. So this isn't good. They said movies and shows on the platform have been viewed for more than 100 billion hours in total. Top performers like thriller series The Night Agent raked in over 812 million hours viewed, but there are still thousands of titles with 100,000 hours viewed or less. The report only includes only includes those watched for over 50,000 hours, but Netflix rounded to the nearest 100,000. It's unclear exactly how many of the roughly 3,800 titles exceeded or fall short of that figure.
But there's a lot of shows no one watches. This is
basically
translation. There's a shit ton no one watches.
Yeah, some of them, they're not available globally. Some of them, like the Dolly Parton Christmas special or holiday movies, that might get more viewership in the latter half of the year.
Most people aren't watching Christmas movies in June. I mean, some people might. Christmas in July, maybe. But this is the first half of the year. People aren't watching Christmas movies in June.
Cult classics like Basic Instinct and Rambo, nobody's watching them. Well, everybody's seen them. You know, everybody's already seen them or they own them. In the report, Netflix notes a release date for its original movies and shows, did not say how long each piece of licensed content remained available. So yeah, they won't respond to this. This kind of is backfiring. I've heard if you go through the list, you're going to find a lot of shows that they made a big deal about are hardly getting anybody watching them. And yeah, well, see, this is January through June of 2023. So, what's going to be interesting is to see what happens with the new He-Man series. But I think this is what they're going by. Like, if a show on Netflix doesn't like take off within the first week, they cut it. And I think they have certain criteria they got to meet. Like Cowboy Bebop, a lot of people watched the first episode or two, and then that was it. They noped out, and they spent so much money on it. They're like, yeah, we're not. I
don't think a lot of people watched it because they pretty much canceled it and
immediately.
But I don't think they got the viewership they thought.
One Piece, they're like, yeah, not only are we doing more live action, but I think they're doing another anime too, aren't they? They're doing like
I don't know, but I know they're doing a lot of live action. It was really good. One Piece is really good. I recommend it.
So one thing that's not getting watched a whole lot is Rebel Moon, which we haven't talked about too much. I have zero interest in this movie.
We haven't seen it. Now, there are people I have seen make comments that said that if you went by the reviews, they thought it would be bad, and it wasn't as bad as what people are making it out to be. I haven't watched it, so I can't speak to that. But they are saying it isn't as bad as what it's being spun as.
It got, let's see, it was number one, 23.9 million views this week. But then they're saying it's not doing very well. How's this rank against other premieres in 2023? Not great. Oh, okay, it's like in the middle.
It's not the worst, though.
It's not the worst, but I think the amount of money they spent on it is what's coming into play here, because it's like a $200 million movie, but they're saying it's not doing what they thought it was going to do for the amount of money that they spent on it, right? They said it's lagging behind in week one compared to other movies, but it is kind of
it still wasn't like the worst either, because it was like in the middle.
No, but I think they're going to look at this and they're going to be like, how much money are we willing to spend on a movie? Because you can do a stupid Adam Sandler comedy or something, you might actually get more eyeballs on that, and it costs a fraction of what something like this would cost. But so let's move on. You just did a story about this, talking about like what the most stolen content was. And
I did.
Nothing from Netflix.
To Disney. Yeah, nothing from Netflix on the list. The only one that was on the list from HBO or Max would be The Last of Us, which is number one. If you go down, they probably have the list here. So number 10 was Ted Lasso, Apple TV. Number 9, Gen, is a Gen V, Amazon Prime. Tulsa King, Paramount Plus. Monarch, which I got to watch, Apple TV.
We have Apple TV.
Silo, Apple TV. Secret Invasion. No, top 5. Secret Invasion, Disney Plus.
Secret Invasion?
Ahsoka, Disney Plus. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be paying for it either. Loki, Disney Plus. The Mandalorian, Disney Plus. And The Last of Us, HBO. What this is telling me is Netflix, I don't know this, but I mean, Netflix isn't on the list because either they don't have any content people wanted to watch, or people have it. So you're going to pirate stuff you don't have access to, right? So what I'm seeing is most people, and this makes sense, Apple TV isn't something people want to pay for, because a lot of people don't go to Apple TV. So Apple TV, and then that would be Disney Plus is something people don't want to pay for. So, and they don't think they have enough content that would make it worth paying for on a monthly basis, just, for one show they want to watch. So they're just going out and pirating it.
Oh my God. You know what's going to happen, right? They're going to pull, what was it? The one DC online comic book convention where they started taking influencer numbers.
Oh my gosh. Anybody who made a video about it, they counted.
Yeah. To pad their own numbers. They're like, oh, so many people on social media were talking about it, man. This is amazing. Look at all these YouTubers talking about our event. We're going to count those as our views. Disney will be like, well, we know millions more people steal our content than pay for it. So we're going to count those numbers. So many people have watched.
The numbers weren't great on Secret Invasion and Ahsoka and stuff because people are just going to go pirate it anyway. And people are tired of paying for 101 different services.
Yeah.
And Disney is like one of the worst for shoving ads into everything. They're going and getting pirated versions of it. And at Disney, they're desperately trying to get subscribers. And now they're going to argue like everything was COVID's fault. Oh, the reason the numbers are bad because of piracy. It's not because the show sucks. No one's watching. No one wants to pirate anything unless it's like Star Wars or Marvel because they don't want to pay for it. But because they don't care enough about it to pay for it, but they'll get it for free.
Well, they do bring up here, they said if you've got one streaming service, you've got a subscription, one streaming service, it's probably Netflix. But
yeah, especially for Apple TV and Disney Plus.
Yeah, Apple TV is kind of a weird one. I think we have it, I forget when we subscribe. I think we subscribe to it, or I subscribe to it for like...
We have most of them, but
Peanuts one, yeah. But it's so weird, like, we have that, we have Peacock, we have,
I think we have all of it.
Pretty much all of them.
Most of them. But
crap,
it's just
we're
like,
spending a lot of money.
I know. I watch stuff. I watch Hulu and Netflix a lot, but that's because I'm watching K-drama on there. So I watch live TV on Hulu.
I can't remember the last time I watched anything on Disney Plus. I occasionally watch HBO Max. I mostly, honestly, I mostly watch like Roku. I'll watch like Retro Crush or like paranormal shows or something like that on the Roku, which is free. There's ads on it, but not as many as Hulu.
We also don't have a lot of time to watch shows. But
yeah, we don't. I mean, it's got to be like a purpose. It's got to be like, okay, we're going to watch this movie to review it, and that's it. But like, yeah, it's, I'm not like just sitting there looking for something to watch because I'm bored, because God, I would love to have that problem. I'd love to have the problem of being bored. Like, I don't know what to do.
I just need a day to rest, and that's not happening anytime soon.
It's not gonna happen anytime soon.
They said they did clarify that they base this on BitTorrent information. Yeah. They admit that hey, that's, we're looking at it from one angle. They could be different depending on where you look to get your content for information. But what they went by was this, and then of course, I mean, The Last of Us being number one doesn't surprise me.
No, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, it's popular. It's a popular show. Now I can't wait to see what they do when they get to the second game. Are they going to follow the script of the second game? Because that's going to piss a lot of people off. I'm just saying.
I don't get the Pedro Pascal fascination. I just do not. I do not find him attractive in any way, shape, or form. I just don't get it.
Some people would love to see him play golf on HBO. They would, I think. But no, I don't get it either. I thought that there's look, nothing against the guy. I don't know the guy, but like, I think there was a reason they kept the helmet on. And, he's not like a leading man material, but he's not.
No, it's like, oh my God. And then they're interviewing him. They give him a lie detector test and they think, do you think you're a heartthrob? No, that's a lie. And I'm like, oh, okay. Anyway,
it's going to get worse. Let's just, rip the Band-Aid off here. This article came in today. They're saying next year they're going to start cutting costs more. They're going to start bundling more. So we're basically back to cable TV.
They're going to up the ads more.
They're going to up the ads more. We saw this with Amazon. We did a video yesterday. They're going to throw ads onto everything on Prime unless you pay an additional $3 to get rid of the ads. They're going to put more ads on it. And it doesn't matter. If you get ad free, they still run ads. They will bake the ad in at the beginning of the video just to make sure that they get their money, because they're all running out of money.
One thing, I want to go back up here for a minute. One thing that's interesting, though, Netflix wasn't on the list, but Netflix leads the subscribers. They have 247.15 million, which is up 7% since the end of 2022. Again, I want to say a lot of people that would want to watch the shows probably already have the subscription. Yeah. Disney Plus lost. They're down 8.5% from that year, 150.2 million. Another reason why they're going to merge with Reliant in Disney Plus Hotstar, because if they would sell straight out to Reliant, is it Reliance or Reliant? Anyway, what if they sell straight out to them in India? They would lose like 40 million subscribers, which would drop their number down significantly. They don't want to do that. Warner Brothers Discovery has 95.1 million, but it's down 1%. Paramount Global is 64.3 million, down 16%. Hulu is 48.5, it's up 2.7%. But Hulu and Netflix were the ones that were the streamers for years that everybody recognized. Peacock is up 50%, though.
Yeah, Peacock's doing pretty good, actually.
ESPN Plus is up 26 million subscribers, 30%. My ass. I question that. That's probably because they made sure that different carriers, gave it for quote unquote free to their people, because I don't buy that one. But okay.
Can they still buy your ass? Can they advertise ESPN on
That's right.
Ass?
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Like, it's
no one's going to see it, but you can put it there.
I'll see it. It's even more sad because you've got, again, the number of subscribers that Netflix has, and like of all those people, like nobody's watching a show. What they should do with streamers, honestly, and they're afraid to do it, is pull a YouTube, put the numbers up publicly. How many people are actually watching each episode of your show?
Well, they're going to have to watch the numbers more now because the deals they made with, I was going to say the deals they made with the the unions for Hollywood.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because a lot of their payouts are dependent on how well the show does.
Yeah, so that might be another incentive for them to
actually make good shows.
Yeah, I was gonna say hide more, but yeah.
I'd actually make good shows is a better answer. The answer is make good shows.
There's gonna be a lot less content. They're talking about, all these streamers starting to consolidate, and you've got Paramount Plus and HBO Max. They might be consolidating or something and bundling it. And
That's always gonna happen.
There's gonna be a lot fewer shows getting made, but hopefully the shows they make are going to be better. But you're not gonna see these Tumblr cartoons like you were for years. It's just not there.
It's going to start out with consolidation and cuts, and then it's going to start Highlandering itself, and then we're going to be back to like Netflix and Warner Disney Max.
Yep, Warner Disney Max.
Yeah, or something like that. Where they
Entertain
all just,
Co.
They all just merge it together into to have something to compete with Netflix.
Devastator.
Oh, there's your Tubi, Roku, and Pluto, and Freevee.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I actually watch these more than anything. I watch Pluto, Roku, Tubi, because the stuff I want to watch is on there usually, and they have all those channels. With a lot of the channels, they have the shows that you watch on Hulu. It's just like you have to wait a couple months or whatever, but they'll have a whole channel of like paranormal shows or something like that. Yeah. And just to put on the background to watch it like old school TV. Yeah, that's what I do.
So they're saying this is probably part of the problem is these people they're competing against these other people because the awareness is up significantly across the board. For these, especially Tubi.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Tubi's doing really, really well. And they just signed a deal with Warner Brothers, too, so they're getting all kinds of content. So there's no shortage of content. I mean, honestly, I don't think the strikes are going to have much of an effect on consumers because there's so much stuff out there that people are not watching that they've never watched, obviously, that you could live your whole life and you could never possibly watch everything that's ever been filmed ever.
Real quick, just so people know, FAST, what the FAST means is it's free ad supported.
Yeah,
that's what FAST platform means.
It's
free for customers, but they're because it's ad supported only. I want to clarify. We're like, what the hell's FAST mean? That's what it means.
Yeah, I think this is cutting it because again, why would you pay for 15 different streaming services?
Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free?
You can get the milk for free. There it is, free milk, everybody. Why get milked when you can get that for free? So there we go, guys. Most Netflix shows, people aren't watching them, so I think we're going to see a lot less of them. We're going to have more Stranger Things, Squid Game, that kind of thing. Plus, they made that big deal with Korean studios, so they're just going to bring stuff over.
I think they're going to see more and more content coming from not just South Korea, but other places overseas.
Yeah.
I think that the next year, I think I saw that somewhere too, that they had like people making guesses for what's coming in the new year. Cost increases were one of them. And then the other one I think was that they thought it was going to be more and more coming in from other countries.
Yeah, because, content's content, right? It doesn't matter what country it comes from.
A lot of times it's better.
A lot of times it's better.
No, a lot of times it's better.
So let's wrap this up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.